welcome back to my channel. I'm Gabi, if you didn't know. Now you know. And this is my fiance.
I can't wait to recap and debrief about the most amazing weekend and day. I think up until this point.
This is going to be the ultimate debrief of everything that you didn't get told about yet with the engagement. Obviously, he did a phenomenal job. Can we clap it up for Justin in the behind the scenes vlog of the ring? Because that was unreal. That was better than I would have done, first of all. I would have never vlogged with the jeweler, any of that. He vlogged literally every single step. And his plan was literally just for me. Like, he was recording just so I saw everything, because obviously I wasn't included in that process. And the morning after, we watched all of that back, and I was like, this is so good. Like, are you okay with me making this into a vlog so that, one, we have it forever, we can show our future kids, and it was just that good. Like, the footage was too good not to be shown to the world. So
I mean, it turned out better than even I expected watching it back. At first, like, I feel like I wanted to document it for you, and like I feel like I did a good job documenting everything, but in my eyes, since it was the first time of me actually just taking the initiative to film by myself, make sure I gathered the right content just for her sake, and then getting more comfortable as like the time went on of just like really being able to sit in front of the camera and just talk about everything. Like, it was honestly fun. I had a great time.
I love that.
Yeah, it was cool.
So we're gonna give you now everything else that happened, and I just also want to have this documented. I like don't want to ever forget any detail about this day, so I want to have a reason to like sit down and literally get it all on camera again, so we have this forever. And this is just such a special moment in our lives. So you guys have been with me literally from the beginning, most of you. So you deserve to know like how it all happened. And I feel like everyone's asking like, how did you get me in a white dress? Like, did I know what was happening? Was it a surprise? So we're gonna give you all the tea.
Oh yeah.
All the details.
And there's honestly a lot too. That like even thinking now.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, wait. Alright, so
I feel like, yeah, honestly,
okay,
you need to start. So
okay,
once
sure.
the ring, who was the first person you told? How did all that go?
It was crazy. Like, I feel like it happened all so quick. So once I got the ring, I was already talking to a bunch of people about getting the ring, and like during the process of it all, I think the first person I might have told was my mom, because I remember calling her when I was at the jewelry store, and then I got off the phone with her, and then I told your mom or Lexi first, and then your mom, like in like the same like 10-minute span.
And even with that, everyone, because we live
Yeah.
now farther from the gym. So he goes to the gym normally, like he does private, so his schedule is fluctuating every day. So sometimes he goes at 3, sometimes he goes at 2, and I don't know his schedule ever. Like, I don't know, he could literally tell me day of, like, oh, I'm going in at 4 today, and I'm like, okay, like, that's just what happened. So, because my whole family is like, you didn't know he was leaving to the gym early every day? No, because that's normal. Like, your schedule's different all the time.
So yeah, I would tell her that I was working at 2 p.m. knowing I had to go in at 3 o'clock, and I would leave around like 1. I would get to the jewelry store by like 1:40, 1:45, and then would give me enough time. I shot my location up too, but not that she ever
I
checked.
never checked,
but,
yeah, I never checked.
But I just made it seem like I was really just going to work, of course, and which I was, but just not at the time that I said.
Yeah.
And it was easy for me. Like, the jewelry store and the gym are like maybe 15, 20 minutes apart, so it just gave me enough time to get everything situated and done. But yeah, it was easy to kind of like just leave the house at that time and have to do what I had to do.
And I thought nothing of it.
For sure.
Because why would I?
I mean, yeah, especially when it's like, I go in at 2 o'clock most days anyway,
Right.
so it was like, it was easy
So
for
that
me
part
to
of
just
it
say
was
that.
really easy to
For
just
sure.
make happen.
Okay, so then after I had told everybody about the ring, I didn't show anybody until I went to the wedding in New York.
Which is wild.
So yeah,
This man-
I traveled with the ring. Like,
This man is bringing the ring everywhere.
Yeah, but like, of course.
To show the important people.
Yes, I
But
brought
not
it to
just
New
a
York
picture of the ring. He is bringing the ring with him.
because I wanted to show my grandparents
Yes, for
in
sure.
person, and then I didn't end up showing anybody else. Okay, well, let me rewind a little bit. The first person I showed was my best friend, Morgan. And when he picked me up from the airport Friday, we were hanging out, we were talking, and then it came up in conversation, and I kind of just pulled it out of my bag, and I was like, hey, so I'm going to show you. And I pulled it out, and at this point, he had no idea. I pulled it out, and he just kind of like froze and was just like filled with just so much joy and happiness, and just like, bro, oh my God, this is crazy. I can't believe you're doing this. Like, how exciting, like, whatever. So I ended up showing him first, I bring it home. I show my grandparents, and then I was supposed to show the rest of the family, but I didn't want to show them prior to the wedding.
Yeah, you were home for a wedding, so you didn't want to like make it about yourself.
Make it about us. And then it was just, I was there for him, and I was the best man of that wedding too, and it was my uncle, so I couldn't necessarily, I didn't want to bring it up. And then I was supposed to bring it up at night after the wedding was basically done, and we were all heading out. Completely forgot.
You were a little.
I was a little. It was a great day, but I forgot to show everybody there. So I didn't tell the rest of my family until about like a week or two out from the actual date, because they were all together watching film of the wedding. And then I knew that'd be the best time to just tell all of them, even though my grandparents knew, they didn't say anything. And then I told most of them, majority of them, and I had to tell one other uncle, and I told him the Friday before the engagement. So yeah, everybody got told at different times, and I kind of kept it to like, I didn't tell a lot of people. Like, I told my other two best friends a week before or two before at brunch. I told my other best friends at a dinner 2 weeks before. So like, I really didn't, because like I didn't want things to
and
slip up.
by telling these people at brunch and dinner, he again brought the ring to brunch. Like, him and his boys are at brunch, like,
No, we were at dinner.
Mimosas,
No. We were
Okay.
at the guys. When I was with the guys, I was at dinner.
So dinner, you guys were still drinking.
No, I was honestly, I was hammered, and it was like the
and
best
he's
thing.
like, look what I'm doing.
Because I made a toast.
Ring around.
It's funny because we were sitting at dinner, and our other boy was late. So we started drinking, we started getting appetizers, started eating. One of my best friends, his girlfriend is pregnant. I want to say, like, I appreciate y'all, like, I love you guys. Like, I look forward to these moments that we get together, because as we become more situated in our lives and stuff, like the time that you get to hang out with your people isn't as often as you would like to. So I was just like kind of doing like all of that, saying all those things. And then I was like, listen, there's a lot of things to look forward to. And I was like, Mitch is having a baby, and I'm going to propose to Gabi, but I had the ring under my hand, and I pull it out and open it, and everyone's like, and it was awesome.
Like, you could have so easily just like showed a picture.
No.
The fact that you're bringing this
But like, of
ring
course, because
everywhere.
it's exciting, and like I want everybody that I love and care about to like really see the ring in person and like see how amazing the ring is. Like it was just it was such I don't know, it was such a great like month and a half of just having it in my possession, that like I was so happy to show it off, and just like, guys, like, yeah, like this is really going down. I don't know, I feel like it shows the more significance of that moment. Like, if instead of just a picture, I don't know. All the people closest to me got told at different times, and I'm relatively like very close to the date of the engagement. I just, like I said, I didn't want people to slip up by any chance. I didn't want people to like even want to look at you differently, because I know everybody would be so happy for us that like, whether a hug for a little bit longer would have like not thrown you off, but I don't know, just raised suspicion. I just didn't want that to be the case.
Pausing the debrief for a second to talk about today's sponsor, which is Eureka. And me and Justin have been joking that like now that we're engaged, we feel like real adults. Like, it's so crazy that we're entering this phase of life, and nothing makes you feel like an adult more than getting excited over a new vacuum. The Eureka E20 Plus robot vacuum has completely leveled us up. We're having to vacuum almost daily. We have a way bigger space now with the house, and between Cloud and my hair that somehow ends up everywhere, there's always something on the floor that needs vacuumed. And you can actually see how much hair and dust the robot vacuum picks up, which is slightly gross, but it does have a self-emptying feature. So with just one click on the app, and all of that is what just came up from a one sweep of the kitchen, but at least that was touch-free. It completely empties itself into the dust collector on the base, so that it actually can go touch-free up to 45 days, which is so nice because there's nothing worse than emptying a vacuum. It has 8,000 PA suction, so it picks up everything in one go. Hair, dust, crumbs, doesn't matter what it is. And this is, I think, what levels up this robot vacuum compared to others. It actually mops while it vacuums, but the technology is smart enough where the mop actually lifts when it enters carpet, so it knows not to soak the carpet. It avoids obstacles, it cleans under furniture, and there's an app that allows us to schedule when we want the vacuum to run. So in this phase of life where it's extra important, where me and Justin are just spending time together and just good quality time together, we can allow the robot vacuum to clean so we're not having to spend the time doing it. The robot vacuum is eco-friendly, it's hands-free. I could go on and on about how great this thing is, and I feel like it is such a subtle luxury to have in life, especially moving into a house from an apartment. Like, we are having to vacuum so much that this thing is going to save us so much time and energy, and especially entering the holiday season, I feel like this is the perfect gift To give someone that normally has everything, I think nothing shows how much you love someone than getting them a gift that makes their life easier. So whether it's a gift for someone else or you're just wanting your home to feel a little bit more clean, you definitely have to check out the Eureka E20 Plus. I'll have everything that you need to know linked down below, so make sure to check them out. I want to thank them again for sponsoring this video and for just making my life 10 times easier and cleaner. And also just allowing us to prioritize the important things in life right now. And let's get back to the debrief. Then with planning, well, who was your first, like, okay, I need this person to be in town, or I need to make sure?
Okay, so I already knew both families because my family lives in Florida. I knew her,
My whole
her
family was already
father,
there.
his girlfriend,
Yeah.
would be in town because of the Bills and Dolphins game. I knew Michelle and Paul would be here already. And then I had to plan for Kai, of course, to be here.
Obviously.
My photographer, Sally.
Who we love.
She's for sure.
Phenomenal.
And then Reagan and Christian, but once Kai told me about them, I knew they lived in West Palm, so I knew that was easy. So it was really just Kai and Sally's flights and just needing to make sure that they were here for it.
And then you booked an Airbnb for everyone.
Yes, for sure. I booked an Airbnb for Kai, Sally, your father, his girlfriend, and then other people were supposed to stay there, but like whatever. It was primarily for them, and that was all Friday night. And I got Sally on the same flight as her dad and his girlfriend, which worked out perfectly. That could not have worked out any better. So yeah, it was just really just immediate family, our photographer, videographers, and Kai.
So then knowing, obviously the families were here.
Mm-hmm.
What was your next step? Did you do the setup, or did you do like, okay, Lexi, you need to figure out?
No, setup was
Last minute.
very last minute. Setup was last minute because I was trying to figure out what company would be the best for what I wanted. I think a lot of companies had great setups, but nothing that I was really gravitating towards and nothing that like really stood out. Once I figured out who needed to be a part of it and getting flights and like getting the Airbnb, I talked to your sister and mother a lot because of course they're over on the West Coast. I needed to figure out the spot that I wanted to do it at. I wanted to do it at a beach that was a little bit more low key and not going to be too crowded, especially on a Saturday at sunset. Lexi did an amazing job just like really sending me like just different options and just like letting me know, hey, I think this beach would be great, you know, like, and then ended up going to check it out for me. And at the time that was like the best, I thought that was the best game plan. Like there's a parking lot, there's a nice little pathway, it was kind of blocked by like trees and just like, you know, bushes and whatever. So it wasn't going to be like an immediate like seeing the setup. So I thought it would like, I don't know, I envisioned it, and up until the day of, I thought that was going to be the absolute best case scenario.
Yeah, so some things went wrong day of. That
yeah.
All behind my back, I had no idea, but we'll get there.
Yeah, for sure. You know, in the process also too, when I called Brian about, because obviously like everything was getting in motion. I had bought the ring. People were starting to become aware of it, especially like immediate families. And then I needed to make sure, of course, I reached out to her father and asked for his permission and blessing. I had an amazing conversation with him, and we were able to talk for a little bit, and, you know, he just, you know, he said yes, and he kind of just gave me, like, some advice and whatever, and it was just great. So I was really happy to hear that.
That is also crazy, because that was the same day, because you called him when he was driving to this, he was, like, on a long road trip. I had to have called him, like, maybe a few hours later. And we
Not
had,
even, no, like, he was on a 5-hour trip driving home. I called him around, like, 1 o'clock. I think you called him shortly after.
Yeah.
Like shortly after, not even hours.
And we talked for like an hour.
But that's what I'm saying. And in his mind, I can only imagine he was like, "Wow, like Justin just called me asking for my permission and blessing, and now my daughter's calling me, has no idea this is happening." So I can only imagine what his emotions were throughout. Yeah, that was kind of leading up.
I feel like
to it. I really don't.
Next thing, at least in my eyes, that I know would have been, was it your idea or Lexi's idea to like set up a beach photo shoot? Which is so not out of the norm.
I had told her, I was like, okay, we need to come up with something that's very believable as to why or how we're going to get you to the beach. And I was like, we need to, like, misdirect, we need to say something else. And then she was like, what I can do is I can create, like, a mood board and do, like, pictures with the baby on the beach. And I was like, that's absolutely perfect. And then I can be like, if we're gonna take pictures for them, like if we're already gonna be there, I know it's been a while since you've like taken pictures, and like especially with a camera, at least for somebody to take it of us, that it would just make sense for us to take some pictures as well. So I was already kind of like trying to plant certain things that would lead her to believe that we were doing it
for other reasons,
but also take advantage for our own personal reasons, but not something like that.
We would have done anyway.
Exactly.
Like 100% of that would have happened. Like that's exactly what would have happened.
Exactly.
So yeah, so Lexi sent me a mood board, and she's like, which also is true. Like, they haven't taken good pictures with the baby since literally in the hospital when he was a newborn.
Yeah.
So she was like, I really want good pictures. Like, we can never do it ourselves. We never have anyone here. He's finally, like, smiling, like, just loves life right now. Like, I want to capture these moments. Here's a mood board of, like, the kind of pictures I want, which I feel like we've talked about it already before, like, here and there. So, like, it was
the perfect excuse.
Completely normal. Yeah.
It was the most perfect excuse. Because then I was like, oh, man, I would love pictures with the baby, too. Like...
But then we're getting up to the weekend, and she's like, oh, I don't even know if we're going to do that anymore. Like, he seems to be going through, like, a sleep regression right now. Like, I just don't want him to be fussy. Like, I don't want to put him in an uncomfortable situation where he's crying and we're just trying to get pictures. Like, I don't want that to happen. So we're going to see if he's in a happy mood day of, and, like, we'll decide if we want to go to the beach, but I don't even know if it's going to happen anymore.
And, like, although that probably was the case with Madden, it's more or less, like, we...
didn't want to seem like you were pushing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like, man, like this is perfect. I was trying to downplay everything. I was trying to, like, make it seem like I wasn't even going that weekend. I didn't want to go anymore. Like, do I have to be there? Like, you know, like, because...
After he's the one that kind of...
Because also, too, hold on, really quick. See, but that's the problem, right? Like, in her head, she's thinking, like, you know, he's planning this weekend. He's making sure my hair is done. Yeah. Lexi gives up something along the lines of, like, what nails you're doing in simple nails in two sets or whatever. And, like, of course, in Gabi's head, she's very smart. So, like, there's certain things that's leading her to believe that something like this could be happening. I also just wanted
it to happen.
Of course.
So I was taking every little detail and, like, trying
to
fit the puzzle together.
And her family's going to be here already. Everybody's going to be here. So it's, like, the most perfect time to do it, right? So in my head, I start gathering that information as we start getting closer and stuff. I'm picking up on it. Like, other people are talking to me about certain things. And I'm like, man, I have to literally downplay everything right now and make it seem like nothing important is happening this weekend, even though I know what's about to go down. And I
did a great job, because you sent me on a spiral, and I did not think it was happening. This is how you know when, like, the engagement's coming soon, because I literally was like this every day. So I was, you know, putting the puzzle pieces together. I'm like, guys, I really think this is happening. Like, my whole family's in town already. This would be the perfect time. Like, we talked about it being this year. I'm getting subtle hints about my nails, my hair. Like, I think it's happening. And then anytime I would, like, try to bring it up to him, he's like, listen, it's with moving and everything, like, it's just been a busy year. Like,
with work too, I've been working
so much,
you know, like, and I kind of kept using the excuse, like, you know, I just been super tired. I haven't had time.
Yeah, I haven't had time. Like, next year, everything's gonna settle down.
Like, I promise, you know, like, we're making the right moves. We're taking the right steps in the direction we want in our personal lives as well as our lives together. Just, you know, all these great things are happening, and I'm just in my head knowing that, like,
yeah, I'm glad
it's
in
happening.
Your head you knew.
Yes.
Because he, like, fully convinced me then it wasn't happening, but I was so, like, my emotions were so heightened because I was so excited. And then he fully convinced me it wasn't happening, that literally the week before, well, not even, like 6 days before, cry for like 40 minutes straight. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you don't have time. Like, if you really wanted to do this, you would make time. Like, I want this so bad. Like, I know you want this so bad too, but it's like, you're not prioritizing it. Like, what do you mean you don't have time?
Like, imagine me trying to have a conversation with her. I'm so upset, and, like, it made me upset too, because, like, in my head, I know all the great things that are about to happen in literally 6 days, and I'm just trying to, like, entertain this conversation and, like, trying to support still and not just be a complete. But at the same time, I'm like, not trying to hear it, because I'm just like, yo, you can't just wait 6 days.
At one point, I think you said, like, I wish I could record you right now so you can look back at how crazy you sound.
In my head, I was like, man, you're going to eat these words more than you know. And, like, not even in a negative way, just more or less, like just sometimes just, like, trust me. Like, no, deep inside your heart. I'm, like, trying to sit here, like, not, like trying to hold myself together, just, like, looking at her, like, just feel the way she's feeling. I'm like, it'll happen soon, I promise. Like, I don't know. Like,
my emotions were just crazy, because I was so excited, and then he fully, like, talked me down out of it. Like, it's not happening. And I was like, what?
Okay.
What do you mean it's not happening?
So, yeah, so this is literally, like,
a week before. The weekend
before. And I'm like, okay, so whatever. So then, you know, that happens and stuff. We go about our week however we go about it.
And that's the week that you're like, do you think I need to be there on Saturday? I mean, like, what if I just come up? Because we were just hanging out, but all the boys were going to the football game. So It would have been, like, the girls and Justin at the house, because he wasn't going to go. And then we were doing like a early Thanksgiving dinner with my family on Monday. So he's like, what? Like, I'm just going to be there with the girls. Like, do I even need to come up that early? Like, what if I come up a separate day and I'm there for Thanksgiving? So now I'm like, okay, it's really not happening. Like, he's not even coming for the weekend anymore.
Or at least he's not trying to.
Yeah.
And I thought that was great, you know, like just like really like, wait, what do you mean like you don't want to even go now? And I'm like, well, listen, like the guys gonna be doing stuff, like you're gonna be with the, like, you know, your sister and your mom, like just go hang out, like cool, like I'll just be home, I'll get things done around the house, and I knew in my head what I was doing, but in her head she's like, oh wow, like maybe things aren't really happening.
Yeah, I'm like, I really got myself so excited for nothing, and it came to packing. If
you watch the video of the whole documenting the process of like getting the ring and leading up to that moment and stuff, you knew, like, you guys know that that was my last and final step of like making everything happen. At this point, everybody who needed to be aware of it, everybody I wanted to show the ring.
My hair was done, my
nails were done. At this point, my decor lady, I had gotten in contact with her, so let's just do that really quick. 2 weeks prior, I tried DMing her on Instagram. She didn't get back to me. A week before, I had sent her like a little quote online on her website, and then she emailed me back. I got in contact with her on Monday. We talked. I thought it was an amazing setup. Price point was a little crazy, but then I was like, hey, listen, I'll get back to you. Tuesday, I ended up calling her back. We agreed on a better price point, and I was like, listen, I think we could both be happy with that. This is something I really want to do and make happen. This is perfect. And that was Tuesday.
The week of.
The week of. Now everything's really done. Now the last step is getting her in something that I know she's going to want to be in for the engagement. We get to packing, and I'm sitting on the bed, and she starts looking through her closet, and I'm like, hey, is there any outfits that we wore in Europe this past summer that we didn't get good pictures in because no one was there to take pictures of us with the camera? And she was like, honestly, like, yeah, like we had a bunch. And I'm like scrolling through at the time different outfits that we wore and like just going through pictures. And it's so funny because as I come across a picture of us in the windowsill at our Airbnb, it was the outfit that I would love to see her in, and like I wouldn't mind wearing either. And I literally turned, before I say anything, she goes, what about this white dress? And it's the same exact one that I'm looking at on my phone.
Which is also like,
so
when you
wow,
open my closet
perfect.
door, that's also like, those dresses are like right in view, so that was also where my brain like first went. Like I was literally looking at it,
and it was perfect. And in my head, I'm like, "Oh my god,
like,
this is it!"
Obviously, low key, I was like, just in case, like I would love to wear this dress.
And it was, I couldn't, and I was like, I downplayed it, of course, because I didn't want her to. I didn't want to be like, yes, like that's it, like that's what we're wearing, perfect. So I literally was like, that's a good option, but I think we could do better.
I'm like, oh, okay.
So then I keep scrolling, and I bring up like 3 other dresses, but like they're like mini dresses, like very summer vibe, like dresses.
One is like white with blue flowers mini dress. One is a navy blue mini dress. I'm like, you want now I know what's not happening because I know that you would not want me in that for that moment.
For sure.
So I'm like, cool. Okay, we really.
So then she's like telling me like, no, like I think this and this, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, like fine, like let's just make it simple. The first dress that you picked out, let's just go with that. And of course, in my head, that's like what I wanted the whole time. But I knew that would throw her off the track because there's no way I'm putting her in any other dress that I had mentioned for something like that. So then she ends up packing that white dress. I packed my outfit that I wore, and I knew we were set on that. So I'm like, okay, this is perfect. Like I could not have planned this any better. It was basically on her, not on me, to pick that specific dress out, and I knew she'd be happy with it. So now everything's coming together. You know, we go to work Friday, we leave late, we get over there. We have a rough Friday night. We get in late. We
just did not sleep.
Barely sleep, and I'm just like, okay, but like, of course, regardless, I knew what was happening that day, so like, I'm just super excited. I start to see everybody. I'm like wanting to like hug everybody more. I'm making faces behind Gabby's back. I'm just like, just so excited. I'm like, I can't wait. Like, just talking to people, and we're all being so secretive. You know, like if Gabby's in a different room, we're like whispering, and we're like talking about, like I'm like, hey, how's like everybody at the Airbnb? You know, I'm texting my family, hey, like, how's the drive? Like, what time are you guys getting there? I wanted my videographers to meet at the Airbnb because Kai and Sally were there. I wanted my family to be there at 2:30 so everybody can meet and kind of just get, like...
That was the first time our families were meeting, too.
For sure, and I hate that we weren't there
Yeah.
to be, like, to just,
like, enjoy the moment with them.
For sure, and, like, just, like, make everything a little more organic and just, like, you know, whatever. So everybody gets there, and everything's like checking off. Gabby goes to the hot tub. I make that last video before, like 3 hours before. Everything's going absolutely
Yeah, I will say,
amazing.
everyone day of was phenomenal. No one gave anything
It was
away.
it was very chill. Like, we originally were going to go on the boat that day, but I was like, I don't know if we're going to have enough time getting off the boat, getting ready, and then going to the engagement. So I was like, let's just not do that. Let's just chill. We had a good lunch. Everyone was just vibing, hanging out.
I did think this was odd because both my parents were there with their significant others, and then they both left to go do their own thing, which I'm like, that doesn't normally happen. Like, if my family's in town, like, we're normally hanging out. So that was slightly like, well,
Alarming.
that's odd. A little bit, because it just doesn't normally happen. But the way everyone went about it wasn't that crazy.
Correct. So, okay. So now, Gabby and Lexi start getting ready. I'm just kind of chilling. I'm like ironing my clothes. I'm getting ready as well. And then Sean comes into the bathroom with the baby, and he has like the most worried look on his face. And I'm like
Well, but he heard the shower running because you were just like wetting your hair.
yeah.
And Sean was like, I might see this man naked. Like, I need to go in and tell him this right now. Like, I don't care that the shower's running.
I'm pretty sure.
Like, this
I was
is an
at a
emergency.
I was at the sink.
No, I don't. Yeah, you
I was
weren't
at the
even
sink.
showering.
I know, for sure. But he's just so funny. But like, that's so funny.
He's like, I need to go in right now. Like, I have to.
So
tell
yeah,
him
he
this.
comes in and he's like so worried about something. I'm like, Sean, what's up? He goes, I just got to call my decor lady, Letitia. I had told Kai, Sally, Christian, and Reagan to meet her at the beach at like 4 p.m. So I gave them enough time to set up the beach, make sure they were set up and like they could capture the moment with the lighting and the little details that goes into like, making sure like everything that they need to worry about is taken care of. My decor lady gets to the beach.
Which is, so they were going to Barefoot Beach, which is like a semi-private beach. Like, it's not fully private, but it's also not just like a public beach. But because they wanted it to be obviously more secluded for this. So that was,
Correct.
in theory, the perfect spot.
So she gets there and a park ranger comes up to her and goes, you cannot set this up on this beach. Great.
Like, everyone's planning to meet to that beach. That's where we're going.
Right. The Airbnb is literally like a 10-minute drive, not even from that beach. And everything was, the game plan was to go to that beach. So like in my head now, Sean tells me this and I said, I kind of was like more calm and collected than I had thought, because like I wasn't like freaking out, because I was like, okay, honestly, my thought process immediately went to, okay, two options here. We pick a different beach to set it up on, close by, or we keep the same beach and everything. We don't do the decoration, and I just go about it how I would just without it. Ultimately, that would have gave more of an element of surprise, because it would have just been a normal conversation. It would have turned into what I was saying, and then getting down on one knee would have still given that surprise element that I was really hoping for. But I really wanted the decorations to be set up. So I called Kai. I tell him the two options. Thankfully, Letitia was like, hey, listen, Bonita Beach is 10 minutes down the road.
And that's also like
Let's
almost more normal, because like that's the beach me and Lexi go to all the time.
Correct.
Taking pictures.
Yes, absolutely. But again, like, whatever. The reasoning was trying to go to Barefoot. So cool. They end up finding a spot on Bonita Beach, found parking for everybody, was able to set it up. And this setup worked out so much better. Honestly, yeah. For multiple reasons. There was like a hotel of some sort, or like, I don't know, like a condo type of like,
like
building. Like,
empty, right?
It was empty, but it was perfect because there was seating area directly in front of where the decoration everything was having, or was set up. So family, friends, photographer, videographers were all able to sit and like kind of hide behind these walls. Mm-hmm. And in my head, I was like, that was one of my main concerns, that like on Barefoot Beach, I didn't want anybody to be seen, but I wanted my photographers and videographers to be close enough to where they'd be able to capture it and go about it how they needed to. They did an amazing job finding a different location, being able to set it up perfectly. The sunset was absolutely perfect. The seating area was great, because especially for like my parents and stuff, my dad really isn't the best on his feet and like needs to sit down a little bit more, so that could not have worked out any better. I get told that the setup is good, we're good to go. I get a pin of the location we need to go park at, and now we're back to just an awesome game plan. The vibes are, great. I'm good. I take a shot with Sean, and he knows what's going down and stuff, and he just cheers, like, and I'm like, okay, like I take that shot, and I'm like, wow, like this is really happening.
And at this point, I'm in the white dress and I'm ready, and I'm like, I still feel like this isn't happening. And the plan was to meet with my family after dinner, And I'm like, this is like at this point too, Lexi is in a very casual outfit. She's in like a shirt and jeans. I thought she was gonna get a little dressier, and now I'm like, I'm in a full-blown white dress. If I do not get engaged and we're just going out to dinner with my family, everyone is gonna be so casual and I'm gonna look crazy. I'm like, this is embarrassing.
Gabby did bring a change
I packed a
of clothes,
completely different outfit
Yeah.
to change into after pictures so that I would look a little bit more normal for dinner. Just in case, because at this point I'm thinking like, I really don't know if this is happening.
For sure. I went ahead before they were like done fully getting ready, and I asked Sean, I was like, hey, is there anything I can put in the car so I can put the ring in but not make it seem like I'm just going out for no reason? He was like, oh, take the baby bag in. So I did that. I put the ring where I originally thought I was sitting, which was in the back seat behind the passenger. So I had put it in the back of that, and the passenger front seat, I put it in the back of that underneath like umbrellas and put it back so nobody could see it. And I come back inside. Gabby has her camera. We're like finishing up everything, and we head out. I get told I'm sitting in the front seat, so I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, how do I, like when I get there, I'm trying to think about how I'm going to get this ring out and whatever. And we start like driving, you know, like we're like bumping music, we're singing songs. Like I'm just in a great mood and stuff. And I kind of like, that was the first time I felt even nervous. Leading up to that point, I didn't feel nervous at all. I was so prepared, ready. I had like practiced what I was going to say a million times over in my head. I just knew, like, I was ready for this. Like, I could not wait any longer. I've been waiting a month and a half at this point, almost 2 months. I was like, this is finally happening. I get to, you know, propose to her. We get to talk about this, and I get to see just how happy she's going to be. And, like, that's all I was looking forward to. Like, just seeing how happy you were going to be in that moment. And so that was really what was just going on in my head.
Well, you said you started to kind of feel emotional, right?
I did, for sure. Absolutely, I did. As we're getting closer, I'm like updating people on my phone, you know, 5 minutes out, whatever. We finally get to the beach. We pull into the parking lot, and I'm looking for it, and I see it already, and I'm like, wow, like that looks amazing from distance.
I'm oblivious.
She's oblivious. She's all the way in the backseat, third row, entertained by Madden and her sister in the second row, and obviously me and Sean are up front. I leave all my stuff in. I get out. She gets out. She's in the like near the trunk at this point. Go into from the back, and I pull the ring in. I put it in my back pocket. I left all my shit in the car. I didn't want nothing in my pockets because I knew Gabby would have her phone. The original game plan was always to be, we're gonna go ahead, find a spot that isn't crowded, so we can go ahead and take the pictures of her sister, Sean, and the baby. So we start walking ahead, and I'm like, hey, like let me see your phone. Like I just put it in my pocket, and I guess that could have been like, why would you do that?
I mean,
you know?
that's not normal.
So that's fine. But
at that point, it was like literally happening.
It was happening, so I didn't really
yeah.
care. I was just so ready. I didn't want nothing in her hand. I didn't know like if they'd be getting videos of us walking up, and like I didn't want her phone to be in her hand. Thankfully, the setup of the beach. So one, Gabby's not really looking up anyway because her eyes are...
The sun is like directly ahead, and my eyes are so sensitive to light, so I'm kind of just like looking down.
Which is perfect. Best case scenario. She looks up though to the left, and we see like a Christmas tree set up. And there's a photographer with like 2 cameras on her back, like strapped up like cameras, and I'm just like, wow, like, and I know I didn't plan that, so I'm speaking on it. Like I have no idea why that's even there. Like that's just so odd, but like I get it because that's what we did for the Vlogmas last year. So then I kind of play it, and I tell her to look ahead and look at the decoration. And I'm like, oh, maybe this hotel or whatever just has things set up for their guests because. And she's like, oh, like yeah, that's kind of cool. And I was like, that's awesome, actually. Like it's like a 2-for-1. You get to stay on the beach at a nice hotel or whatever that was, and you get like these picture vibes are cool. And then I'm looking around scanning the beach for everybody, and I see everybody to the right and like perfectly sitting down. Kai's like facing the opposite way. I see the back of his head. I see all my photographers and videographers just sitting there like letting everybody know, hey, they're on the beach, they're walking up to it. We start walking closer to the actual setup, and Gabby looks at me and she's like, wait, like why are we still walking up to it? And I literally look at her and I'm like, well, why do you think? And she literally looks at me and she's like turns her head and just like looks up at me and kind of just like, and I'm like yeah. So literally she's already, I think she blacked out at that point.
I think so too.
So I literally take her, I pull her around, I make sure we're on our good sides, and I was hoping we were set up perfectly in the center of the heart, and I just start saying, you know, what I wanted to say. I get to like my first 2 lines. I see Sally and Kai get close. So I'm like, okay, I see her getting emotional. I'm just like, wow, this is actually happening. Like, no matter what preparation you try to plan for and the amount of times you rehearse what you're going to say in your head, I was able to get to the first 2 because I think I really prepped the most for those 2 lines. Once I got to that, I kind of was just like winging it, moving forward, and just wanted to speak from my heart. But like kind of got nervous, kind of got emotional, kind of got just like just
Everywhere.
I was so everywhere. And then I'm saying my things. I wanted to keep talking because I wanted to make sure things were getting captured correctly. I wanted to enjoy that moment a little bit more and just keep looking at her and stuff. And then, you know, I get through my spiel.
Which I still at this point didn't even look. I was so locked in on him. I didn't even see anything.
And like, I was literally just staring at her and like just deep in her eyes and just like, you know, I literally pull the ring out. I say her full name. I get down on one knee and I ask her to marry me.
And I've never thought in my head, what do I actually do in this moment?
She had no idea what to do. So I'm literally, like, I have the ring out. She literally goes to grab my head, but she's still, like, distance, right? She wants to hug me, but then I'm like, okay, you're gonna kiss me? Like, you know, so then, because I'm, like, trying to envision, like, what the pictures are gonna look like as... Like,
well,
obviously,
I'm
like,
not
I'm
even worried about that. I'm like, I just want to...
But she had no idea what to do, but I'm like, okay, like, kiss me, though, so I can, like, get up and then put the ring on your finger. She kisses me finally. I start to stand up as I'm taking the ring out.
I still just go to
and then she gives me, like, another hug and, like, puts her hands around my... I'm like, hey, like, I need your hand. I need your hand. Like, please give me your hand. So she finally gives me her hand. I put the ring on her finger. Everybody starts cheering. Now we finally get to hug, kiss, all that excitement, just whatever. I twirl her around and stuff. I put her down. And then she looks at her ring, looks down at her hand, and then looks at me again. And then, like, I turn and, like, I'm like, look, and everybody's just there. And, you know, everyone's, of course, crying, emotional. And, oh, man, it was
the most perfect day ever.
It was the most perfect moment for sure. Like,
and I think everything, honestly, worked out better. Going to this, like, the sunset was beautiful. Like, sure. Yes, there was people around, but also where we were was very secluded besides the man swimming in the back. I didn't even notice he was there though in the moment.
Some people have more human decency, but you know, you can't expect some things out of people.
It's okay.
But regardless, like it was
perfect.
It was amazing. I feel like that was the first time I feel like I really got trapped in time and was able to like be so present in that moment with just, you know, our families. I obviously, of course, wish that like my closest friends and everybody else who means the world to us could have been there, but just like in that moment, like I truly felt like the world stopped. And
I mean, that's how I felt looking in your eyes. Like no one else existed.
Yeah, it was just
at all.
The most amazing moment for us, and everything that she ever dreamed of, especially in that moment, and everything that I hoped for truly came to be.
Even better than that, honestly. Like it really was better than I ever.
And like like I don't know, it's, you know, I sit here a week and a half, almost 2 weeks later, and I'm still over the moon. Like
we're in like cloud 9.
Yeah,
we are.
It's been the most amazing feeling. It truly has, you know, and like talking to so many parents and people about it, and you know, congratulating me and congratulating us, and just like saying how thoughtful everything was. Like it really has been the most amazing, you know, week and a half. So yeah, just, you know, a lot of preparation, a lot of things to think about and stuff. But ultimately, it was just like a nice little checklist that I just had to make sure I got done, and everything came together even better than I had hoped. Right. So I couldn't be more thankful. I appreciate everybody that was a part of it, everybody that, you know, sacrificed some time to just be there for us and just do everything that they did. Truly, I was just so happy. It was the most amazing time, and I've relived it. I love that, you know, things were documented the way they were. We got our footage back and some pictures back like immediately. So I'm just like, my God, I think that's what really
captured perfectly.
Yeah, like it's
like could not have asked for anything more there. We literally got the video back the next morning.
Yeah.
And we like went into the room to like watch it alone, just us two, both of us crying watching the video. Like that was perfect.
It was super emotional. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and we were just so like, my heart was just so filled that like it was just like, man, like how else could I feel right now? But this. So. But yeah, even with a slight hiccup, you know, just having to move locations, like I think it worked out even better. So again, things that are meant to be are meant to be and will happen the way they're supposed to. So
this is my fiance.
Yeah, it's been amazing saying that, and like even like changing the contact, and like instead of call babe, call fiance. And I see her wake up every morning with the biggest smile on her face. She's looking down at her hand consistently. You know, the ring is beautiful. She's beautiful. So yeah, it worked out. It worked out really well. My God, I'm just so happy it's done though. I'm not gonna lie, because I love the process of it all, but something I was looking forward to even more than the process was the debrief, and was moments like this to kind of be engaged, have the moment, look back on it, talk about it, and just like reminisce forever. So
and we just really like
it was Literally perfect.
We talk about everything together, but like we really do. So I feel like you having to keep that huge secret.
No, for sure. It was just so wild. But guys, like I did it. I made it happen. We're engaged. It's been great. I don't know. Everything happens at the right time. Truly, just with our house coming back to a place like this, and just being happier in life, and just being happier with like things. Just individually have been so amazing, and things together have been great. So it was the right time. Truly,
for sure.
You know.
Really
so I just couldn't be happier. I know we're still over the moon, and you know, get to look back on this forever. So appreciate you guys, obviously, you know, especially I really, I've been enjoying the response to especially the last video. That's something that like I definitely don't do, and it was a lot different for me to actually like do that and stuff. So it was cool though. It was a cool experience. But now, what's gonna be even more fun is the behind the scenes of the wedding.
The wedding planning and everything.
And we get to talk about it more, so we'll be in a lot of clips, but then there's gonna be individual clips that like she'll obviously document the process of the wedding dress, and you know,
he's like, come on,
I should be able to go.
Wedding dress shopping.
Okay, I'm gonna say certain things right now. I think some of the statistical things of how
a lot of things we're not doing traditionally.
Yes, but the fact that that was even the case in the first place, like you're not allowed to see the bride, or you're not allowed to see her in her dress, like you're not allowed to go about the process of shopping for the dress. Like, why is that the case? Like, I don't like it doesn't take away the significance of that day any more than if I see her before or not. We're going to still apply by some of the rules, I guess. We're not going to apply by a lot of them, but...
We're doing a lot of things untraditional.
But guys, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think more or less it's like the traditional way to do things is what a couple people, whenever like weddings started becoming a thing, like just wanted to go about it. And like, I'm like, guys, like, why not enjoy more of that journey together leading up to that moment? Because ultimately it's about you guys. Like, why is everything so like you're doing your thing, I'm doing my, but like, I don't know. I think that whole thing is just crazy. But for now, we're just gonna enjoy this. Truly, like
so much.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
That's
this
every
debrief,
detail.
Like,
I really don't think we left anything out. So you guys basically were there, just like everyone else was.
For sure, it was cool. It was awesome. Like just every little thing that went into it and stuff. Being able to talk about it with all the people that I love and seeing their reactions made me even more excited. And you know, like everyone was just. And
like the phone calls after were so special too. Like everyone that wasn't there, but like either knew it was happening, or even the people that didn't know it was happening.
Oh my God, forget about it.
We just like called and we were like, look.
Yeah, no, it was.
Oh, it's just so special. You did amazing. Like beyond my dreams even of it all. It was literally perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything more. So.
Anything for you.
Yeah, get excited. Obviously, new phase of life coming. Lots of fun content that you guys will get all the behind the scenes for. But love you guys so much. Thank you for coming along this journey of us, literally like from day one of him being in the videos to now being my fiance is crazy, and you guys have literally seen every step of it. So we wanted to make sure you guys had a little story time, a little debrief of everything. But love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.
Shit done with this hand. You know why? Because we're engaged.